Love and affection, no fear of rejection. This I know is true. Peace and contentment, no need for resentment. This I found in you. This I found in you.
Yeah, this the real one, baby.
I'm telling you,
Chi-Town stand up. Southside, we gon' set this party off right. Westside, we gon' set this party off right. Man, I promise. She's so self-conscious. She has no idea what she doing in college. That major that she majored in don't make no money, but she won't drop out. Her parents will look at her funny. Now, tell me that ain't insecure. The concept of school seems so secure. Sophomore 3 years, ain't picked a career. She like, fuck it, I'll just stay down her and do it. Cause that's enough money to buy her a few pairs of new ears. Cause her baby daddy don't really care. She's so precious with the peer pressure. Couldn't afford a car, so she named her daughter Alexis. Yeah, it's so long that it looked like weave. Then she cut it all off, now she look like Eve. And she be dealing with some issues that you can't believe. Single black female addicted to retail as well. And when it falls down, who you gonna call now? Come on. And when it all falls down, man, I promise. I'm so self-conscious. That's why you always see me with at least one of my watches. Rollies and Poshes that drove me crazy. I can't even pronounce nothing past that for safety. Then I spent $400 on this, just to be like, nigga, you ain't up on this. And I can't even go to the grocery store without some ones that's clean and a shirt with a team. Scene. We live in the American dream. The people have. Yeah. We at war. We at war with terrorism, racism, but most of all, we at war with ourselves. God show me the way because the devil's trying to break me down. You know what the Midwest is? Young and restless, or restless. Nigga. Might snatch your necklace. The next thing might jack your Lexus. Somebody tell these who Kanye West is. I walk through the valley of the shadow where death is. Top floor, if you alone and leave you breathless. Try to catch it. It's kinda hard getting choked by the Texas. Yeah, and I check the method. They be asking us questions, harass and arrest us, saying we eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast, huh? Y'all eat pieces of shit? What's the basis? We ain't going nowhere but got suits and cases. A trunk full of coke, rental car from Avis. My mama used to say only Jesus could save us. Well, mama, I know I act the fool, but I'll be gone to November. I got packs to move. I hope God show me the way because the devil's trying to break me down. The only thing that I pray is that my feet don't fail me now. And I don't think there's nothing I could do now to right my wrongs. I wanna talk to God, but I'm afraid cause we ain't spoken so long. God show me the way because the devil's trying to break me down. The only thing that I pray is that my feet don't fail me now. And I don't think there's nothing I can do now to right my wrongs. I wanna talk to God, but I'm afraid cause we ain't spoken so long. So long. So long. To the hustlers, killers, murderers, drug dealers, even the scribblers. To the victims of welfare, feel we living in hell here. Hell yeah. Jesus was with them. Now hear me, wanna see thee more clearly. I know he hear me when my feet get weary. Cause we're the almost nearly extinct. We rappers as role models, we rap, we don't think. I ain't here to argue about his facial features, but here to convert atheists into believers. I'm just trying to say the way school need teachers, the way Catholic need Regis, that's the way I need Jesus. So here go my single, dog, radio needs this. They say you can rap about anything except for Jesus. That means guns, sex, lies, videotape. But if I talk about God, my record won't get played, huh? Well, if this take away from my spins, but you probably take away from my ends, then I hope it take away from my sins and bring the day that I'm dreaming about. Next time I'm in the club, everybody screaming out. God show me the way because the devil's trying to break me down. The only thing that I pray is that my feet don't fail me now.
Can I with you? What?
ACT, did you see this?
Look, if it ain't OfficialDanaJay, Levi for Kelly, or Prima Donna News, I don't even want to see it. Take the time. Look, you got some weed? I gotta get some. All right, hurry up. These and them here, everybody here, we waiting on you. All right.
But I know that there's more. More for you, more for us.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking the pandemic.
Say you love it, what you gonna do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spend you. That ass down, gotta make it last now. Instead of soaking, I'ma beat it up.
Yo, G, they can't stop me from rapping, can they? Can they hop? I spit it through the wire, man. There's too much stuff on my heart right now, man. I gladly risk it all right now. It's a life or death situation, man. Y'all don't really understand how I feel right now, man. It's your boy Kanye Chitter. Shot Town, what's going on? Yeah, I drink a boost for breakfast, an insure for dessert. Somebody order pancakes, I just sip the scissor. That right there could drive a sane man berserk. Not to worry, Mr. Ace to the Izzles back to Wizard. How do you console my mom or give her light support? Telling her son's on life support. And just imagine how my girl feel on the plane, scared as hell that a guy looked like Emmett Till. She was with me before the deal, she been trying to be mine. She a Delta, so she been throwing that dynasty sign. No use me trying to be lying, I've been trying to be signed. Trying to be a millionaire, how I used 2 lifelines. In the same hospital where Biggie Smalls died. The doctor said I had blood clots, but I ain't Jamaican, man. Story on MTV, and I ain't trying to make a band. I swear this right here, history in the making, man. I really apologize to everyone right now. It's unclear at all, man. They got my mouth wired shut for like, I don't know, the doctor said like 6 weeks. You know, he had I had reconstructive surgery on my jaw. I looked in the mirror, half of my jaw was in the back of my mouth, man. I couldn't believe it. But I'm still here for y'all right now, man. This is what I got to say right here, dog. Yeah. Turn me up, yeah. What if somebody from the shadow was ill? Got a deal on the hottest rap label around. But he wasn't talking about coke and birds, it was more like spoken word. Said he's really putting it down. And he explained the story about how blacks came from glory and what we need to do in the game. Good dude, bad night, right place, wrong time, in the blink of an eye. His whole life changed. If you could feel how my face felt, you would know how Mace felt. Thank God I ain't too cool for the safe belt. I swear to God, driver 2 wanna sue. I got a lawyer for the case to keep us in my safe. My dogs couldn't tell if I look like Tom Cruise on Vanilla Sky. It was televised. It's been an accident like Geico. They thought I was burned up like Pepsi did Michael. I must got an angel, cause look how death missed his ass. Unbreakable, what you thought they call me Mr. Glass? Look back on my life like the ghost of Christmas past. Toys R Us where I used to spend that Christmas cash. And I still won't grow up, I'm a grown ass kid. Swear I should be locked up for stupid that I did, but I'm a champion. So I turn tragedy to triumph. Make music that's fire, spit my soul through the wire. You know what I'm saying? You know, I had reconstructive surgery on my jaw. I looked in the mirror, half of my jaw was in the back of my mouth, man. I couldn't believe it. But I'm still here for y'all right now, man. This is what I got to say right here, dog. Yeah. Turn me up, yeah. What if somebody from the shadow was ill? Got a deal on the hottest rap label around. But he wasn't talking about coke and birds, it was more like spoken word. Said he's really putting it down. And he explained the story about how blacks came from glory and what we need to do in the game. Good dude, bad night, right place, wrong time, in the blink of an eye. His whole life changed. If you could feel how my face felt, you would know how Mace felt. Half of my jaw was in the back of my mouth, man. I couldn't believe it.
What up, Dream Team? I get it. Kanye was Kanye was giving us a message. Pay attention.
Still here for y'all right now, man. This is what I got to say right here, dog. Yeah. Turn me up, yeah. What if somebody from the shadow was ill? Got a deal on the hottest rap label around. But he wasn't talking about coke and birds, it was more like spoken word. Said he's really putting it down. And he explained the story about how blacks came from glory and what we need to do in the game. Good dude, bad night, right place, wrong time, in the blink of an eye. His whole life changed. If you could feel how my face felt, you would know how Mace felt. Thank God I ain't too cool for the safe belt. I swear to God, driver 2 wanna sue. I got a lawyer for the case to keep us in my safe. My dogs couldn't tell if I look like Tom Cruise on Vanilla Sky. It was televised. It's been an accident like Geico. They thought I was burned up like Pepsi did Michael. I must got an angel, cause look how death missed his ass. Unbreakable, what you thought they call me Mr. Glass? Look back on my life like the ghost of Christmas past. Toys R Us where I used to spend that Christmas cash. And I still won't grow up, I'm a grown ass kid. Swear I should be locked up for stupid that I did, but I'm a champion. So I turn tragedy to triumph. Make music that's fire, spit my soul through the wire.
I'm just saying. I don't know about y'all, but what up, Dream Team? It's messages and music. I don't know about y'all, but it's messages and music. And that Through the Wire, Kanye says a whole lot. Now, I see Willie put in there, Jay-Z won that trial. Okay. The trial that Willie is talking about. Since Willie can't wait for nobody to put it out there. So the trial that Willie talking about is the perfume company lawsuit. Jay-Z won $4.5 million. And the perfume company lawsuit on Thursday, an appellate court ruled Jay is entitled to $4.5 million in royalties from past cologne sales, which he had requested during the New York City trial last fall. Okay. Also, Jay-Z wins copyright trial over Egyptian Big Pimpin' sample. Also, Jay-Z is taking Reasonable Doubt photographer to trial over the iconic photograph work. Also, Jay-Z and Jonathan Mannion's settlement over Reasonable Doubt imaging has came to an end, with them splitting everything 50-50. Also, Jay-Z pleads guilty to stabbing. So he stabbed somebody at Q-Tip's solo project that happened December the 2nd, 1999. So Jay-Z been in court ever since 99, every other year. But we ain't talking Jay-Z. And since we ain't talking Jay-Z, let me end with Jay-Z. Let me end with Jay-Z. Go a little something like this. Hold on.
Nori, I see Nori down there. Nori over there lurking.
Yeah, Nori in this room
Yeah,
somewhere, and
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
it was a lot to talk about. I mean, I don't want to ask anything specific because there was a lot to take in it, but I just want to ask you: did you watch it, and what did you think of it?
Yeah, Nori sent me a piece, and I've seen a couple pieces. I think again, everyone is entitled to their opinion, and everyone sees things through their own lens. And it may not, some of it could be true, some of it may not be true, but that's the lens that you see it through. So you just speak into your truth. And I think the one thing I would say out of the, all the pieces I've seen is, maybe the Just Blaze thing was a bit unfair. Because if you're making an album, if you're creating an album, um, and the assignment is soul samples, everyone's coming with soul. It's not you trying to make a cohesive piece of music. I don't think anyone was copying off any. Bink has this problem, and I think everyone created for the project. The thing was, the baby was the blueprint, and I think everyone should be prized for what we created. It's in like I don't know what you call that, the Library of Congress or something. It's something that we all should be proud of, and everyone should be prized for their contribution. I mean, some of those songs on there you don't know in Song Cry, like some of the pillars of that album. You know, um, if you and everyone had a contribution. I would say, and I don't think anyone was copying off anyone. I think Bink did what he brought to the table, and we all had the assignment and created this one body of work. Other than that, you know, again, it's anyone's opinion of what they believe is, their truths. Everyone's gonna have a different truth.
And you know what? That's 100% real what Jay Z just said. Without really, it's going to make shockwaves. And
Well, what I'm talking is truth of it all. What about now? Do y'all got sound? Do y'all got sound? All right. So, if y'all heard me talk about Jay-Z winning the contracts and all that, y'all heard all that, right? I mean, winning the lawsuits and all that, about him being in lawsuits ever since 2019 and all that. I mean, 1999 and all that. Okay, go ahead. So, Jay-Z is a known gatekeeper. And when he pushed buttons, things happen. Many people speculate Jay-Z behind the R. Kelly situation. He certainly have motive to be behind that. Give it to him. He certainly have motive to be behind that. A lot of people are speculating Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion case being influenced by Jay-Z. There's no definite blueprint, but there is some things that make sense. Now, before I play Tory Lanez's dad going off and I go in and show this and show the first part of the Kanye West, stuff that I got going on, because I'm going to do this in 3 parts. Tonight is going to be first part, leading up to contracts. Tomorrow is going to be contracts. Then we're going to get into the Kanye West. No, it's 4 parts. I'm sorry. Then we're going to get to the Kanye West, Kim Kardashian stuff. Then we're going to get into the Kanye Adidas type stuff. Okay. So, what up, Big Bob? What up, Big Bob? So, before we get into what Tory Lanez's dad said, we can't miss that, like I said, Jay-Z really had, if Jay-Z has something to do with the R. Kelly situation, he had probable cause. Because now he don't got to pay anything else out the Kells. He had probable cause. Plus, he didn't like R. Kelly. A lot of the New York people didn't like R. Kelly. A lot of Chicago people don't like R. Kelly. But Tory Lanez's dad says something real powerful after they found Tory Lanez guilty. Listen to this. This is what he said.
Young black and brown men in this country, and I'm calling on all the umbrellas. I'm calling on everybody in this country to begin to rise up because your sons have been done dirty. It's not over. God does not lose. And even though we've come to this juncture, trust me, you will see that our God does not fail.
This is not the
I know that this is wickedness. This district attorney, Miss Kathy Todd, is the same one that witnessed or knew that 5 sheriff's deputies in LA County beat up a Spanish man with the last name Carrillo until the guy was beaten to and passed out. ABC News interviewed that man after Eyewitness News, and he said, I thought I would never be here to see my child born, and I would never been able to be around to see my other child rise up. But I'm telling you, this court system is not for justice. It's about wins and losses, and they do dirty to do whatever they can. Jay-Z, let me speak to you.
He has kids.
Rock Nation, because my son refused to sign a Rock Nation deal with you.
Yes.
And Desiree Perez, you wicked witch, you snitch.
Yes.
You turned on your co-conspirators, all the whole mafia, one of you that was peddling drugs in this country, and you rolled on them before so the Fed could give you a deal.
Now you think
all of you, trust me, I have intercessors, prayer warriors around the world, and they will not stop until you are cut off. Yes. No, we don't shoot you with guns, but we know exactly how to bring you down in the spirit.
They all have children.
Enough said. It's all done. Let's go. Open way, guys. Open. I'm calling on black black and brown men in this country. And I'm calling on all the umbrellas. I'm calling on everybody in this country to begin to rise up because your sons have been done dirty. It's not over. God does not lose. Never. And even though we've come to this juncture, trust me, you will see that our God does not fail.
This is not the
I
first
know
time
that this is wickedness. This district attorney, Miss Kathy Todd, is the same one that witnessed or knew that 5 sheriff's deputies in LA County beat up a Spanish man with the last name Carrillo until the guy was beaten to and passed out. ABC News interviewed that man after Eyewitness News, and he said, I thought I would never be here to see my child born, and I would never been able to be around to see my other child rise up. But I'm telling you, this court system is not for justice. It's about wins and losses, and they do dirty to do whatever they can. Jay-Z, let me speak to you.
He has kids.
Rock Nation, because my son refused to sign a Rock Nation deal with you.
Yes.
And Desiree Perez, you wicked witch, you snitch.
Yes.
You turned on your co-conspirators, all the whole mafia, one of you that was peddling drugs in this country, and you rolled on them before so the Fed could give you a deal. All of you, trust me, I have intercessors, prayer warriors around the world, and they will not stop until you are cut off. Yes. No, we don't shoot you with guns, but we know exactly how to bring you down in the spirit.
They all have children.
Enough said. It's all done. Let's go.
Open way, guys. Open up.
That was a great speech. That was a great speech. I loved every part of that speech. He called out some powerful people. Some of the same people who have their hands in the R. Kelly case directly. But if Tory Lanez's dad was watching me right now, and I have a question. Where was this outcry when it went to R. Kelly? Why did it have to touch your son and come to your doorstep for you to give an outcry and call people for who they are? This is why I look at people sideways. And then the first thing they say is, oh, you ain't trying to support Tory. No. Was y'all supporting Robert? See, you can't pick and choose who you want to support because ultimately it's going to hit every last one of us. So what makes Tory so great to be, oh, he need to be out, but it's silent for Robert? It's a possibility that Tory, well, they said Tory shot her. We went to court, some of us, and found out that a lot of these accusers were doing nothing but slinging allegations. So that part, Bob, people are quiet until it hit their own home. So my question is, what brother Kanye West was talking about in 2004, was he preparing us for what he's doing right now? Just know I got it all on top of my computer. I got it all laid out. A 4-part series on what did Tory Lanez's dad mean. So my question is, what do you mean when you said they are witches? What do you mean? What up, J-Rock? What do you mean when you say they were smuggling drugs? What do you mean, sir? Do you mean that no matter what was said, that these people have been doing crazy stuff? Is this what you've been talking about, sir? Well, if this was what you've been talking about, I've been talking about this for 2 years. Is this what you've been talking about, sir? The elites? Is that what you've been talking about, sir? The elites? All under this right here, sir? Let's revisit this list. Sony Entertainment, John Doe's 1 through 100, Jane Doe's 1 through 100, Corporate Doe's 1 through 100, Philip Green, New York City Police Department, the City of New York, Parkwood Entertainment, Ghislaine Maxwell, Tudor Saliba Corporation, Qatar Investment Authority, Virgil Blower, Viacom, Sprint, Marcello, Claire, Milton Brown, Robert Kelly, David Bowles, Shelley Massenberg Smith, Good Music, Young Money Entertainment, Joan Luke Brunel. Stop. Every last name or corporation on this list right here took a hit. And if you think I'm lying, go look up everything. Sprint lost everything and merged with who? T-Mobile. Viacom fell short and they merged with Turner. June Luke Brunel died. Young Money Entertainment collapsed. Good Music collapsed. Given back to Jay-Z. Shelley Massenberg Smith disappeared. David Bowles disappeared. Robert Kelly locked up. Milton Brown accused and locked up. Marcello Claire disappeared. Virgil Abloh died. Qatar Investment Authority folded. Tudor Saliba Corporation in court right now. Ghislaine Maxwell in court, got locked up. Now she about to be flown to a remote island to spend the rest of her time. Parkwood Entertainment folded. The City of New York came under great scrutiny and lost their mayor. The New York City Police Department disbanded certain parts of New York Police Department. Philip Green, ghost. Sony Entertainment ain't put out a hit since Robert Kelly. I'm just saying. This is the list of elites. Okay, 1953 Trust, we all know who that is. Jeffrey Epstein, gone. Jeffrey Epstein is gone, but guess what? He's not dead. You will now know him as the 1953 Trust, which lead me to believe that these upper elites, these demons, these warlocks, these witches, they're not after you. They're after the 5 letters at the end of your name that spells Trust, trust. So if you didn't have a secret bank account that me and Big Bob be talking about, then why do they care to sue the trust? I'm just saying, why do they care to sue the trust? Harvey Weinstein, his sentence was drastically cut short. Sean Carter, you see he's monopolizing on everything. Darren Endike, skyrocketing. Richard Kahn, one of the biggest billionaires ever. The Weinstein Corporation, back working side by side with the company that's under them, the Walt Disney Company. Def Jam Records about to come back out with something hot. Universal teamed up with Def Jam. Beyonce, she's like the god. You can't touch her. Kanye West, the only defecto. The only defecto. The only defecto. Listen what I'm saying to you. Kanye West, the only defecto. Terrence Thornton, sitting on CBS. Miramax, matter of fact, their sales went up. Rock Nation, their sales went up. Black Cube Ltd, their sales went up. Vivendi, their sales went up. Dwayne Carter doing well, sustaining. So I understand what he talking about when he called that out. When he called that out, I totally understood. So Kanye West leaked his contracts. What can we learn from it? Come on. You should know what you're signing before selling yourself to a record label. A modern day slavery contract. That's how Kanye refers to the music industry. On the 16th of September of 2020, he tweeted dozens of pages of his 10 contracts with Universal Music Group. If you go through them, you'll see how high the stakes are for an artist starting a partnership with a label. Wait a minute. Starting a partnership. How can it be a partnership if you ain't getting 50-50? That sounds like a slavery negotiation. But there's some room for negotiation. Here we go. Kanye did multiple renegotiations of his original deals. But again, it was an already famous Kanye West. And as with any other legal document, you'll see how wordy they are and far from a quick read-through. Always read a music contract thoroughly, or you'll soon regret it, just like Kanye did. What started as calm criticism towards the current state of contracts in general, contracts in all industries need to be simplified now, quickly turned into a fierce battle towards everyone and everything. I said I don't speak with non-billionaire employees. I need Arnande de, here you go, Arnande de Pourfontaine to fly to meet me immediately. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Well, he's the head of Universal Music Group. The main point here is about the ownership of what's called the master. So that's where we'll start. The master recording. Now, I've been telling y'all about masters when it came to Robert Kelly and when it came to other folks, right? I will say this, Tory Lanez's dad hit on something very powerful. He said, my son wouldn't sign with Jay-Z. So guess what? They don't give a hell about your son. They want that wave file. So people was thinking, oh, it's a master record that's in gold or platinum and put up somewhere. No, it's not. It's a wave file. It's the original completed wave file. So let's read a little bit. A master recording is the original and official recording of a song, sound, or performance. You can also call it the masters. Usually the masters are created like this. An artist goes to a recording studio, records his songs with a team of performers, sound technician, producers, and then mixes it until a final version of each song is achieved. The phonogram, in other words, it's the sacred wave file that'll be used from now to eternity. So Tory Lanez ain't locked up because he shot Meg. He's locked up because he won't give up his masters. Now, we're going to deport Tory Lanez. Tory, don't you need some money to fight the deportation? Don't you need some money to get out? Don't you need some money to make sure your people's good? Well, give us the masters and we'll give you some money. We'll give you enough to cope, but we'll never give you enough that are equal to what your masters can sell us. We need the masters because the masters will take care of our kids' kids and our kids' 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 kids. You get it now? My lineage don't want to work. I don't want them working because we have you niggas that don't read or write, or y'all own your masters and won't give them to the master. So check it. The one paying for all of this, hiring technicians, studio recording, mix, and mastering, etc., tends to be the owner of the master. And this entity is usually this entity is usually the record label. Stop. So if that's the case, Robert was the musician. He had his studio recording. He mixed his stuff and mastered his stuff. And he paid his engineers. So that means that he owned the master. And they said, and this entity is usually the record label. Well, Blackground was the record label. So if Blackground was the record label and Robert was the owner of the master, right? Why would people want to steal the master? I'm going to take it a step. Why do you need the Sony portal? Why do you need the signature? Why do you need the passport? Why do you need the contracts? Because without all of that, you can't move in foreign commerce. See how I play side by side? If you have all that, then you can go and set up a shell account and say you're R. Kelly and you want to put this I Admit album out because you need funds. The dumb part about it is the nigga that did it went on platforms and gave you his blueprint before he even did it, which made it that much more easier to be tracked. Judah said, where's Tory from? I don't know. I know he's from across seas somewhere. I don't really know. So they've invested a lot of money in it, and now they want to milk it as much as possible. Yeah, Sony invested into the 12-play album. They invested into the public announcement album. I get it. The owner of the master will then use this recording to make CDs, if that's still a thing. Send it to radios, stream it, use it in a movie, video game, and wherever they want. All in the pursuit of happiness. I'm kidding. You thought they were in it for the art. Nope. They want to get as much profit out of it as they can, even if that means taking it from you and making sure you are locked up for the rest of your life so that way you can't fight it. Now that there's a product, what can the master's owner do with the recording? y'all need to pay attention. This is where it gets tricky. The songwriter only owns part of his song, for which he gets his share of royalties. But the owner of the master is the one who will decide how and where the song will be used. Listen, but the owner of the master is the one who will decide how and where the song will be used. Nita B, thank you. They said Tory Lanez is from Canada. Remember, they have the physical digital product while the songwriter has the sheet music, so to speak. Many famous artists didn't know or didn't care to learn about the aspect of their contract. So when the time passes by, they realize they've given too much power to the other party. The Beatles never owned their music catalog. Taylor Swift is now trying to regain control of her masters. Many others are starting to fight to reclaim the ownership of their songs, the masters portion of it. And one other thing, you can compose a song just once, but you can record it 1,000,000 times. Ooh, that's dangerous. You can compose a song just once, but you can record it 1,000,000 times. So this leaves the owner of the master vulnerable. If what they have can be easily copied, their product becomes worthless. So to avoid this liability, the record label adds to the contract that their master's version is the only acceptable one. Wow. Wow. Otherwise, all their investment would have gone to waste. Whenever someone else makes a cover of the song and tries to use it for a commercial purpose, fire will rain over their heads. Only the official version is the one allowed to be used for this purpose, and only the label can decide how to use it. But even artists have now been breaching their contracts. How so? Well, if you've been following any artist that's been doing live stream shows during the pandemic, they have showcased a version of the official song without the label's consent. They are streaming a different version, their live performance, and getting paid for it. So the songwriters can't play their own songs whenever and wherever they want. Doesn't it sound absurd? Another contract clause, the advance. This is where people get paid out in front. When an artist signs a contract for their next album, the record label gives him money in advance. One part of it is for their personal use, an amount that can be up to 7 figures for mainstream artists. And the other part should be used for producing the album, hiring musicians, a recording studio, sampling licenses, etc. However, both of these advances have to be paid back, just like a loan. The artist gives back the money by taking a percentage from the different income streams their album generates: streaming platforms, live concerts, ad placements, and so on. Let's take one example from Kanye's leaked contract. A contract for his 6th album, Yeezus, in 2013 states the following. He get 12 million or 1,200,000, I'm sorry. He get a $1,200,000 advance. Then he get an $800,000 for personal use and $400,000 for the music production of the album. 22% royalty rate for Kanye and 78% for the record label. Damn. Jesus Christ. Side note, usually artists get between 12 and 15% royalty rate, but Kanye was already being a huge hit, so he could negotiate a higher fee. Kanye exceeds the amount and asks for $1,523,000 more. The total debt of $13,523,000. Until he returns that money, he won't be seeing any extra income. So how much money does the album have to generate before he gets even with the record label? Just 61,468,000. Jesus. Kanye's 22%, 13,523,000. And Universal Music Group 78%, 47,945,000. That's a ripoff. Once this sum is reached, Kanye will be able to cash any extra money from the album sales. His 22% royalty rate, that is, if the album doesn't break even, the record label will be forced to get the rest of the money from future albums, which Kanye might have already signed a contract for, or from Kanye's royalties from previous albums. Albums that have already been successful and keep being licensed in advertisements, getting thousands of streams and generating quite a generous revenue. He'll be given his percentage share of royalties from these previous albums until all debts are paid. And in Kanye's case, his golden egg is his album, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which has been played 1 billion times on Spotify and sold more than 3 million units up to the 22nd of November of 2020. The record label seems to own your life, don't you think? If you're going to sign a contract, what should you do before committing yourself to it? Okay. With that being said, let's look at something. You got to go to the Bible. Let's see. Kanye West Monster, featuring Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Nicki Minaj, and Bon Iver, went platinum. Kanye West Flashing Lights with ZELLE went platinum. Kanye West Bound 2 went platinum. Kanye West Life of Pablo went platinum. Kanye West Off the Grid went platinum. Kanye West Black Skinhead went platinum. Kanye West On Sight went gold. Kanye West Believe What I Say went gold. Late Registration went platinum. Everything We Need went gold. Moon went platinum. Ghost Town went platinum. Can't Tell Me Nothing went platinum. Hell of a Life went gold. City of Gods with Fever Foreign and Alicia Keys went gold. Jay-Z and Kanye West Otis went platinum. Jesus Walks went platinum. Niggas in Paris went platinum. Family Business went gold. No More Parties in LA went platinum. Smuckers with Lil Wayne went gold. Never Let Me Down with Jay-Z went gold. Click with Jay-Z and Big Sean went platinum. Praise God with Travis Scott and Baby Keem went platinum. Father Stretch My Hands Part 1 went platinum. Use This Gospel went gold. Donda went platinum. We Don't Care went platinum. Runway featuring Pusha T went platinum. Gorgeous went platinum. Hold on. Don't Like One went platinum. Jail featuring Jay-Z went gold. Kanye West and The Weeknd Hurricane went platinum. Stronger went platinum. Ye went platinum. Devil in New Dress went platinum. On God went gold. Drive Slow went gold. Mercy went platinum. Homecoming went platinum. So Appalled went gold. Salah went gold. Kanye West Presents Good Music Cruel Summer went platinum. Violent Crimes went platinum. All Mine went platinum. Low Lights went gold. Fade went platinum. Lost in the World went gold. No Mistakes went gold. Ultra Light Beam went platinum. Oh man, that's my joint. Watch the Throne went gold. Watch the Throne went platinum. Yeezus went platinum. The College Dropout Hold on. Ooh. The college dropout. Good God Almighty. 4 times multi-platinum, 3 times multi-platinum, 2 times multi-platinum, platinum and gold. This album right here, he will never have to work again. With 4 million certified units. And that's not talking about the streams. That's not talking about the streams. That's talking about people going into the store, paying their $20 or $17 for a CD to get 4 million of those. And that's just in the States. That's just in the States. But I want y'all to pay attention to something. As I'm going through all of these, right, that Kanye have ever did, not only do Kanye get paid, but so do Jay-Z. Except for this right here. 300 Entertainment. But wherever you see Def Jam or Rock Nation, Jay-Z getting paid. Through the Wire, platinum. Let's read. Let's see. 1 million certified units. So Jay-Z is getting paid off of all of this. And the question is, since Jay-Z is getting paid, why is it that Kanye have to suffer? Or is he suffering? As I put this up, I'm going to play it for you again. I want you to listen to what he's saying on Through the Wire. Focus on the verses. Let's go.
Yo, G, they can't stop me from rapping, can they? Can they, hot? I spit it through the wire, man. There's too much stuff on my heart right now, man. I gladly risk it all right now. It's a life or death situation, man. Y'all don't really understand how I feel right now, man. It's your boy Kanye Chitter. Shot-town, what's going on? Yeah, I drink a boost for breakfast, an insure for dessert. Somebody order pancakes, I just sip the scissor. That right there could drive a sane man berserk. Not to worry, Mr. Ace to the Illos back to Wizard. I do you console my mom or give her light support, telling her son's on life support. And just imagine how my girl feel on the plane, scared as hell that a guy looked like Emmett Till. She was with me before the deal, she been trying to be mine. She a Delta, so she been throwing that dynasty sign. No use me trying to be lying, I've been trying to be signed, trying to be a millionaire. How I used 2 lifelines in the same hospital where Biggie Smalls died. The doctor said I had blood clots, but I ain't Jamaican, man. Story on MTV, and I ain't trying to make a band. I swear this right here, history in the making, man. I really apologize for this one right now. It's unclear at all, man. They got my mouth wired shut for like, I don't know, the doctor said like 6 weeks. You know, I had reconstructive surgery on my jaw. I looked in the mirror, half of my jaw was in the back of my mouth now. I couldn't believe it. But I'm still here for y'all right now, man. This is what I got to say right here, though. Yeah. Turn me up, yeah. What if somebody from the shadow was ill? Got a deal on the hottest rap label around. But he wasn't talking about coke and birds, it was more like spoken word. Except he's really putting it down. And he explained the story about how blacks came from glory and what we need to do in the game. Good dude, bad night, right place, wrong time, in the blink of an eye. His whole life changed. If you could feel how my face felt, you would know how Mace felt. Thank God I ain't too cool for the safe belt. I swear to God, driver 2 wanna sue. I got a lawyer for the case to keep us in my safe. My dogs couldn't tell if I I look like Tom Cruise on Vanilla Sky. It was televised. It's been an accident like Geico. The daughter was burned up like Pepsi did Michael. I must got an angel, cause look how death missed his ass. Unbreakable, what you thought they call me Mr. Glass? Look back on my life like the ghost of Christmas past. Toys R Us where I used to spend that Christmas cash. And I still won't grow up, I'm a grown ass kid. Swear I should be locked up for stupid that I did, but I'm a champion. So I turn tragedy to triumph. Make music that's fire, spit my soul through the wire. You know what I'm saying? When the doctor told me I had I was gonna have to have a plate in my chin, I said, dog, did you realize I'll never make it on a plane now? It's bad enough I got all this jewelry on. She can't be serious, man.
So if you're paying attention to what he's saying, he's pretty much giving you the blueprint and the format to what's going on now. He's giving you the blueprint and the format to what's going on now. How he made it out Chicago, not doing gangster rap, but spoken word. And he's telling you about some colored people that changed the world. So was he telling us something then? Now let's look at this. New recording and publishing deal guidelines. Here's the guidelines. The artist owns the copyright and the recordings and songs and leases them to the record label publisher for a limited term, 1-year deal. The record label publisher is a service provider that receives a share of the income for a limited term. The split can be 80-20 in the artist's favor. That's that 80-20 deal. Now, watch this. The record label publisher is a service provider that receives a share of the income for a limited term. So what if the artist is not around no more and the record label have the master? They don't have to share any of the income, and they can keep it for as long as they want instead of a limited term. And if the artist is not around, it can't be in the artist's favor, only in the record label favor. 3, dependence artists must be dependent on no one but themselves to manage their catalog. You should need no one else to understand the business you're in. Why don't record labels give the guidelines to the new artists? I'm going to tell you why. Because new artists ain't interested in reading this. They just want to sign and get that advance and hear themselves on the radio. Lawyers. The first thing that changes about record deals is actually lawyers. We need plain English contracts. A lawyer's role is to improv deals. A lawyer's role is to do what? Improv deals. Not charge for contracts we cannot understand or track. Rewrite deals to be understandable from first read. Now, if Robert had this, do you think he would have signed his masters over? And watch this. This guideline table is mandatory to be given to all new artists, all new acts. You have to get this. And if you don't, you can sue the label. What are you saying? What would you be suing them for? For breach of contract. Due process. This is the industry way of due process. Robert ain't get his due process. Drew Hill ain't get their new process. Ain't get their due process. Hamilton Park ain't get their due process. TLC ain't get their due process. Frankie Lyman ain't get his due process. Sammy Davis Jr. ain't get his due process. Temptations first time around ain't get their due process. 5. Equity and blanket licenses are the majority of future new income. Let's read it again. Equity and blanket licenses are the majority of future new income. If you're with a major label, that is, you have invested your songs as shares in their power to get equity in deals. Almost all new deals now are based on all songs going to a store or app. The equity is the artist. How much equity is Sony getting out of Robert right now? Advances. Advances are just loans. Artists re-signing these stops. Advances are just loans. All artists that are re-signing these advances stops. Advances are loans with 75% interest rate or worse. No other business in the world takes a look at the business, buys shares, starts to profit when it profits. Record companies have to buy into you, not loan you. So Sony bought into Robert when Aaliyah uncle took him to Sony. This is all the guidelines. This is the table. Royalties. No, wait. And advances. Let's go back to advances. Didn't Robert tell y'all that he had to get an advance from the label? Didn't Robert tell y'all that? Well, if y'all don't understand, if y'all didn't hear that part, I'm going to play it again today. I'm going to play it again today. I'm actually looking for it now so I can cue it up. I'm going to play it again today. Hold on. There we go. There we go, right there. So, royalties, again, back to dependence. You need a business manager to read how you did. So you pay to see your money. No more. Royalty portals need to show and do not now. Every song you delivered, every store you are in, how many streams per song, income per song. Royalty portals needs to show and do not now. Every song you delivered, every store you are in, how many streams per song, income per song. Who do we know got Robert Sony Portal? Make it make sense. Portals are not just for royalties. Oh, hold on. So why was Don Russell? What was Don Russell doing with Robert Sony Portal? Portals are not just albums. Portals are not just royalties. They are for your entire business. Every audio file, every asset, every deal stored with the money. Money and music must stay together. When your term ends, download it all and leave. Let's go to number 8 again. Portals are not just for royalties. So now we know Don was stealing some of Rob's royalties. They are for your entire business. Every audio file, every asset, every deal stored with the money. And you see, with is in capital letters. Every deal stored with the money. Money and music must stay together. When your term ends, download it all and leave. I'm just saying. For the people that don't know, this is just part 1. Let's listen to what Rob had to say on the I Admit joint. Let's go.
This Chicago, nigga.
I admit I made some mistakes.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I admit I helped so many people, and them same damn people turn fake. I admit it was so hard to focus. I didn't go to classes. I admit that I dropped out of school. I admit that I wasn't that cool. I admit I just feel like retiring. Admit I just don't feel like trying. But all my real niggas around me keep telling me, Kels, fuck that, you gotta keep climbing. I admit it, I did. I done fuck with a couple of fans. I admit I'm a gift and a curse. I admit that I don't go to church. I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. I admit I got so many flaws. Told so many lies to these frauds. Blew so much money, pop so many bottles. Yeah, I fuck a bitch just because. Nigga, I had a hell of a day, but I admit I was in my own way. I admit I had my mama crying over me. What else can a nigga say? I admit I can't spell for shit. I admit that all I hear is hits. I admit I couldn't read the teleprompter when the Grammys asked me to present. I admit I love God, but wait, it's so much temptation, but wait. Admit to the drinking and smoking too much, but it helped me get through the day. Won't say no names, I'm not a snitch, but one night at the Ritz.
Yeah, Robert is on the Commission album, but I don't think it ever come out.
I admit that I did. I fucked my girlfriend's best friend. Yeah, I tapped that in back of my Benz. I admit I'm sorry for my sins. I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I admit it, I did it. Yeah. I admit I trust people too much. Too much. I admit I can't say such and such, but my lawyers told me settle this, even though it's bullshit. Kelly, protect your career. All these people in my ear. I admit I've been tempted by drugs. I admit that I just need a hug. I admit the devil talk to me sometimes, but the devil's not who I trust. I've been fucked by so many damn managers. Why they push me out front of these cameras? All this music got engaged them, and now they play me like a fucking amateur. I got a life, yeah. I got a right, yeah. Cancel my shows. That shit ain't right. How they gon' say I don't respect these women when all I've done is represent? Take my career and turn it upside down, cause you met I've got some girlfriends. Hell with this record deal, it ain't worth this shit for real. Ain't seen my kids in years. They try and lock me up like real. How much can a nigga take? How much can a nigga break? Just wanna do my music, stop stressing me. Please just let me age gracefully. I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. They took my gift and they blind me.
I'm not sure,
Where
Judah.
the fuck is my money? Now here come this big ass conspiracy. I still got my fans, that's a blessing. Listen to heaven, just stay on my grind, and that's 24/7. And I know my mama Joanne is smiling down on me. I put that on Reverend. Been a grown man since age 11.
Oh yeah.
Man on the guap since 7. Rest in peace to my homie Kevin. I admit it, I made it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. I admit I'm a freak. Used to go to strip clubs every week. But who these niggas trying to say I am? Man, I'm not, and I put that on chief. I admit I fuck with all the ladies. That's both older and young ladies. But tell me how they call it pedophile because of that shit, that's crazy. You may have your opinions, entitled to your opinions. But really, am I supposed to go to jail or lose my career because your opinion? Yeah, go ahead and storm me. Point your finger at me. Turn the world against me. But only God can mute me. I admit that I fired some people. I admit that I hired new people. I admit that those people I fired on my mama was crooked ass people. I admit that I don't own my music. I admit that I will on my music. Want it back, but they don't wanna do it. What the fuck, nigga? I wrote that music. I wrote that bump and grind. I did that 12 play. I did that fed up. I did the damn game. So I deserve me a fair play. So put some respect on my damn name. Now Wendy Williams mad with me, but I ain't never offer her no drink. But I admit that she asked me, can I get a little Hennessy? Then we both turned off our phones. We drink, I smoke, we talk. And I admit that I told it all. From my good points to my faults. She said, what about Aaliyah? I said, love. She said, what about the tape? I said, hush. I said, my lawyer said, don't say none. But I can tell you I've been set up. I admit it, however.
He said he admit that he been set up, right? In court in Chicago, didn't they say that Chuck Freeman been working with Michael Avenatti for years? Okay. And didn't the other guy come in and testify that it wasn't no underage porn stuff going on? Or it wasn't no underage pedophilia stuff going on? Okay. I thought I was the only one that heard that.
Ever since the first day, that without knowing I signed my publishing away. I admitted I was young, called up, so blind, yeah. Said I had dyslexia, couldn't read all the contracts, yeah. And now the truth in this message is I'm a broke-ass legend. The only reason I stay on tour is cause I gotta pay my rent. I never thought that it would come to this, to being the most disrespected artist. So I had to write a song about it, cause they always take my words and twist it. Believe me, it's hard to admit all this, but I'm in my feelings about this shit. But I had to set the fucking record straight. So I admit it, I made it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. I admit I love Steve Harvey, John Legend and Tom Joyner. They're doing good in their lives right now. Why would they want to tear down another brother? Women show black men some love, cause black men, we go through enough. How can we get up off the ground when we're steady tearing each other down? I admit that the devil is busy, and some people beside me ain't with me. I admit that I'm gonna do this music up until the Lord come get me. Now, I admit a family member touched me. Touch me, touch me, touch me. From a child to the age 14. Yeah. While I laid asleep, took my virginity. So scared to say something, so I just put the blame on me. Now here I am and I'm trying my best to be honest. Cause there's forces out there trying to keep me from being an artist. I admit I'm at rock bottom, and this shit has rocked my mind. I'm calling on my hood, come walk by my side. They don't want me to shine. Women's group, my God. Now don't get it twisted, I do support them, but why they wanna bring down my art? Damn, this is breaking my heart. Cause from fathers, mothers, sons and daughters, I'm a part of the music culture. Spotify took me off their playlist. I admit that I've been underrated. I'm not convicted, not arrested, but drag my name in the dirt. All this work to be successful when you abandon me cause of what you heard. I admit I am not perfect. I never said I was perfect. Say I'm abusing these women. What the fuck, that's some absurd shit. They brainwashed, really? Kidnapped, really? Can't eat, really? Real talk, that shit sounds silly. And if you really, really wanna know, her father dropped her off in my show and told his boy to put her on the stage. I admit that she was overage. I admit that I was feeling her, and I admit that she was feeling me. I admit that that's just some shit that come with being a celebrity. I ain't chasing these ladies, no. These ladies are chasing me, yeah. And I'm only saying all this shit cause how they tryna play me, yeah. I admit that this is no disrespect to the parents, but this is my advice to you cause I'm also a parent. Don't push your daughter in my face and tell me that it's okay, cause your agenda is to get paid and get mad when it don't go your way. I know y'all look at me like I don't go through things, but I'm human. I know it's hard sometimes, but try to keep in mind that I'm human. Fuck all the fortune and fame, forget the name, I'm a human. I can't believe all the under the table shit they doing. I'm tired of fingers pointed at me. I'm tired of all this weight on me. I'm tired of everybody want a piece of me. Shit, I'm not an ATM machine. What do I do when I can't do what I do? How can I win if I can't win with Thru? Got a couple of dead homies that I promised I would make it out this shit. And I know that God's hands is on me, nigga. I'm gonna make it out this shit. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I claim it. The storm's over. I admit I talked to Miss McGlynn. FYI, that's my second mother. I admit that I asked her, how am I gonna get the world off my shoulder? She said, son, don't you lose it. Sometimes you gotta go through it. They can say what they say, but at the end of the day, they cannot deny your music. Cause your music has touched people. It inspired all people overseas, everywhere. Don't worry, don't care, cause the anointing is on you. And that's why these haters is at you. So just keep on doing you, baby. You don't have to give these fools an explanation. I admit it, I made it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. What's the definition of a cult? What's the definition of a sex slave? Go to the dictionary, look it up, let me know, I'll be here waiting. Now I admit I got some girls that love me to pull their hair. And I admit they love me to talk dirty when I pull their hair. Yeah. Some like me to spank 'em, and some like to get brain. And what some of these girls want is too much for the radio station.
And what some of these girls want is too much for the radio station. So I have a question. Could it have been that some of them chicks that went to see Robert might have turned him out instead of him turning them out? Let's make this make sense. Could it have been that some of these females that he was dealing with might have turned him out? You know what I'm saying? Could that have been what it was? I'm just asking for a friend. Let's finish.
Look, I'm just a man, y'all. Not a monster or beast. But I admit there are times when these girls so fine, I'll chill that a nigga for a week. Now I admit I love Hugh Hefner, and through the years supported Hugh Hefner. But when he left this world, he had a million girls, but we gon' always love Hugh Hefner. To Jim C. Regardless or whatever your name is. You've been trying to destroy me for 25 whole years. Writing the same stories over and over and over again. Off my name, you done went and made yourself a career. Well, guess what? I pray for you and your family and all my other enemies. I'm not gonna let y'all steal my joy. I'm just gonna keep on doing me. Now I don't know what else to say except I'm so falsely accused. Tell me, how can you judge when you never walked in my shoes? So easy to mess up someone else's life through social media. The devil in disguise. I admit I miss my brothers, but I admit they wasn't acting like brothers. Yeah, we've had our differences, but you don't turn on your brother for nothing, for no one, nada. Mama Joanne is watching. She must be turning over in her grave. Yeah. I admit I had to borrow a couple of M's from the label. All these hits out, but I couldn't put food on the table. I was told I had to sell my cars. I was told I couldn't get a loan. Said I owed 20 million to the IRS and they was coming to get my home. I admit I was feeling stupid standing in the Homewood Suites.
Listen.
Sipping Hennessy, trying to figure out what happened to me. There was so much going through my head, cause I knew that something wasn't right. I just couldn't put my finger on it, but my spirit had it. I miss my brothers, but I admit they wasn't acting like brothers. Yeah, we've had our differences, but you don't turn on your brother for nothing, for no one, nada. Mama Joanne is watching. She must be turning over in her grave. Yeah. I admit I had to borrow a couple of M's from the label.
He had to borrow a couple M's, a couple millions from the label. What did we just read about borrowing? What is called an advance. You got to pay that back, right? So let's go here. A lot of people say that his album sales wasn't good, right? So if Robert album sales wasn't good, how was he and Sony able to come to a mutual split? And we just read that if you owe them, they're going to take it before they do anything else. So if his sales didn't put the money back in, even though it was a whopping over amount, how was Robert Kelly and Sony able to come to a mutual split? If Robert owed Sony, it wouldn't have been a mutual split. I also believe Mr. Kelly was targeted for far back as 1990s. Yeah, that could be.
All these hits out, but I couldn't put food on the table. I was told I had to sell my cars. I was told I couldn't get a loan. Said I owed 20 million to the IRS and they was coming to get my home.
He said he owed 20 million to the IRS and they was coming to get his home. But what asshole did y'all see come on here and say, me and my mama fixed his IRS problems? Lord have mercy. Let's finish.
I admit I was feeling stupid standing in the Homewood Suites. Disrespect. Sipping Hennessy, trying to figure out what happened to me. There was so much going through my head, cause I knew that something wasn't right. I just couldn't put my finger on it, but my spirit had better eyes. It told me what it saw, and it scared the shit out of me.
It'll do that.
Get rid of them all. It's nothing but vultures around me. I admit that I love my fans for all the push and support they've shown. I admit if it wasn't for them, I would have never stayed strong. Now I'm not tripping on all of these rumors, that don't bother me. And I'm not paying attention to these haters, that don't bother me. But what blows me is when certain people turn phony. They say, Rob, I got your back, Rob, you the man. But they really doubting me. Bitch, you know who you are. Bitch, I bought you a car. Bitch, you stayed at my crib. I loved you with all my heart. Now I don't like to brag when it comes to me, but I've given back to the community, from the non-profits to the charities. But of course you never hear that about me. To them niggas that drink my liquor and smoke my stogies. How come you ain't on Facebook taking up for me when you're around me most of the day?
Yep.
And you know that I'm a good brother. Always got your hands out. It ain't no doubt that y'all niggas ain't nothing but blood suckers. Plus,
right there, Queen B.
Nothing to the table. Yeah, nigga, and you know it's real talk. Taking pictures with me for your Instagram, but when I need you, you're quick to get lost. No. Ooh, Robert J and Joanne, my kids. What you're hearing out here about that? Guys, I'm sorry for this. I'm so sorry, I can't imagine what y'all must be going through. Every day it's something about me, my God, it must be killing you. I promise there'll be better days. Just keep walking straight. I know you must be worried, but just know that I'm okay. For me, things has gotten rough. Right now I can't say too much, but for y'all I will stay tough. Daddy just needs y'all to trust and believe in me. I admit that I've told the truth, and I'm still not free. Still won't hate me, still won't stone me, still won't chain me. Think they won't kill me. I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
No disrespect to Chi-Town, my home, but we've gotta learn how to support our own. I admit that my heart cries for my city, cause we're losing young lives in the city. Instead of judging me, y'all should be using me to help these kids, raise them out of depression and poverty. Now I'm not saying I'm no savior, but I could be an inspiration. This is an invitation. Man, I admit I go through so much day to day. Got 23 lawyers, 3 or 4 managers. What am I doing? Show me the way. The only thing I have left is my voice, and now I have to use it for my protection, because they left me no choice. See, my work has nothing to do with my private
that part,
life.
Queen B.
So stay the fuck out of my business and tend to your own damn life. So go ahead, say what you wanna say about who I wanna date, but you won't say that shit to my face, cause you know it ain't shit to say. Next nigga bring me some dumb shit, it's gonna be a misunderstanding, cause niggas that listen to dumb shit are niggas that be on that dumb shit. They need a life cause they ain't got no life, so they always conjuring up dumb shit. Blocking my path, they don't know the half and salt, they making assumptions. Since when do assumptions cost a man his whole career? Found guilty when you're innocent is the only test I feel. There is one thing that's for sure, and I wanna make that shit clear. I done lived my voice and represented my country for 31 fucking years. Damn it, I admit.
Wow. He said the only thing he fit. Hold on, let me play that back. Play that back.
Left me no choice. See, my work has nothing to do with my private life. So stay the fuck out of my business and tend to your own damn life. So go ahead, say what you wanna say about who I wanna date, but you won't say that shit to my face, cause you know it ain't shit to say. Next nigga bring me some dumb shit, it's gonna be a misunderstanding, cause niggas that listen to dumb shit are niggas that be on that dumb shit. They need a line cause they ain't got no life, so they always caught you in a dumb shit. Blocking my path, they don't know the half and so they making assumptions. Since when do assumptions cost a man his whole career? Found guilty when you're innocent is the only test I feel. There is one thing that's for sure, and I wanna make this shit clear. I done lived my voice and represented my country for 31 fucking years. Damn it, I admit.
He said being found guilty when you're totally innocent is the only task that I fear. I just want you to think about that. Being found guilty when you're totally innocent is the only task that I fear. That's a lonely place. That's a lonely, 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 lonely place. Because you don't know who to trust from that point. Pink had issues with her label. Justin Timberlake had issues with his label. Macklemore had issues with his label. Robin Thicke had issues with his label. So yeah, but they had issues. Taylor Swift ain't never had no issues. She ain't gonna ever have no issues. As long as her father is who he is. Mr. Kelly has an awesome spoken word recording which will give you goosebumps listening to it. Okay. So I'm gonna tell y'all this was part one tonight. Part two is going to resume tomorrow. And since we on some kills, I'm gonna give y'all some kills. Other than that, I thank everybody for jumping in and watching me tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. Love every last one of y'all. Let's get ready for part two. Part two will be the reading of the contracts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have eight of Kanye contracts, and they're lengthy. So we're gonna end up doing that tomorrow. That'll be part two. Then for part three, we're gonna jump into the Kanye Kim Kardashian breakdown. Then for part four, we're gonna jump into the Yeezy separation. All right, let's go. I appreciate every last one of y'all.
I hate to do this, but
good night.
I have to. I have to talk to somebody. I know I've read all the articles, seen all the photographs, pictures of you and me in the magazine. I did all the interviews, and not once did I mention you. Let the billboards walk right by you. I didn't want to make a scene, because we agreed to keep it on the hush. Don't want everybody knowing about us. And I vow that forever I keep my word, baby. But I'm telling you now, the secret is driving me crazy. And I'm tired of creeping around with you. Girl, I wanna be with you. Tell me what the hell are we gonna do? I'm like, baby, we can't let the industry know, because our cover will be blown. If anybody is or so happens to see, girl, you've got your career and I've got family. cover. We'll be blown. Don't want it to be known. Gotta keep it on the low. Nobody. Girl, we can't let the industry know. Wait, said you be my shelter in the midst of stormy weather. Texts of you telling me you want my umbrella. Girl, I just don't know what to do anymore. You and me on the QT is killing me slow. And even though I'm a little younger than you, it's okay. And I'm starting to feel that if people found out, then girl, it's okay. But then I saw you up in the songs for nothing on up in a video. I was so pissed that I jumped right up and went straight to the studio. Because we agreed to keep it on the don't want everybody knowing about us. And I vow that forever I'll keep my word, baby. But I'm telling you now, the secret is driving me crazy. And I'm tired of creeping around with you. Girl, I wanna be with you. Tell me what the hell are we gonna do? I'm like, oh, baby, we can't let the industry know. Because I'll cover, hey, we'll be blown. Anybody is so happens to see. Hey, you've got your career, hey, I've got family. And girl, that's why we can't let the industry know. No. Because I'll cover, we'll be blown. Don't want it to be known. Gotta keep it on the low. Nobody. Baby, we can't let the industry. We have got to be careful. If we don't want nobody to get hurt, we've got to keep it private, girl. This relationship to ourselves. Though I agree, girl, it's killing me. What do we have to hide from the industry? And baby girl, I'm tired of sneaking and creeping with one another. Every day it gets harder for me being your secret lover. We can't let the industry know. Anybody here so happens to see us. You got your career, I've got family. That's why we can't let the industry know. Cause they'll cover, we'll be blown. Want it to be known, keep it on the low. We can let the industry know what they do behind closed doors. Oh, be blown. Swimming in you, hey, little mama, said I wanna take her. Dipping your pool, just going for a little dive there. Hey, yeah.
Let's turn this bedroom to a strip club. There's money everywhere. There's money everywhere. Girl, let's turn this bedroom to a strip club. There's money everywhere. There's money everywhere. I want you up and down, round this pole, nice and slow. Yeah, you go, girl. There's money everywhere. Yeah, money everywhere. Oh, money everywhere. There's money everywhere. All for you.
Soaking sheets, Versace on your body when you watching me. You don't need nobody, girl, my pocket's deep. Picture all these hundreds falling at your feet. I'll have you living sweet, comfortably. Don't you know? I get so excited when you drop it low. Both hands on your knees and now you on the floor. I can't take no more. I'ma throw this cake some more. Go straight to the bank for more.
Girl, let's turn this bedroom to a strip club. There's money everywhere. There's money everywhere. Oh yeah. Girl, let's turn this bedroom to a strip club. There's money everywhere. There's money everywhere. I want you up